about the
Yeah.
stress and the worry.
So one technique, because as entrepreneurs, we also are very creative people. Ideas are constantly flooding into our brain, and sometimes in the most inopportune times.
Mm.
So what I suggest is having what I call a brain dump list. So you get everything out, right? It's just this ongoing list. But you don't want to
Yeah.
organize it or prioritize it while you're brain dumping, because that's actually using a different side of
Yeah.
your mind, right? You want to
And it
just
stops
get it
flow.
out.
Yeah.
Exactly. You want to get it out so that it stops, right? It doesn't wake you up in the middle of the night because you haven't put it down. You've addressed it and said, listen, you're important enough that I've written you down, right? But once you've get it all out and you're ready, then you can readdress the list and say, okay, what is actually feasible that I can address today, or a long-term project, or fits my budget, or fits the goals that I set for this year. So you really want to know when to address it as an actual action item.
And that makes sense. That because you're right. Well, I find too if I wake up more, I can't sleep. I got to remember that. I'm thinking of that. Have a pen and pad in your bed, and
Yeah.
wow, and it's like the
You froze there for a minute, James. See if you come
to your
back.
point, a brain dump, pad, worried or overwhelmed.
Oh, I
Right
think
at
we're
night,
back
5
now.
things that you're grateful that happen, and again, that'll also de-stress you, help you sleep better. Or wake up and write gratitude journal. I do it before bed because it calms. I need to save my camera for a sec to see if you can hear me better, because I kind of lost. I was chopping out as well. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Right. So what I was just saying, having a brain dump list, like you said, and a list next to your bed, because at night you can't sleep, write it down, and then I find, oh, I'm free. And then gratitude journal before I go to bed. If for whatever reason you're too tired, do it in the morning. 3 to 4 or 5 things a day that you're super grateful for. And you go to bed or wake up in a great mood because you're writing down, wow, some really cool things happened today, even if they're minor or small, things you appreciate, you're grateful for. And then on the bad days, you can read it. You can look at it. I mean, like, holy crap, my life is pretty awesome. I'm very grateful. I have a lot. This is amazing, right?
Yeah.
When you find with people, as I tell people, really, you need to let go. Be okay if you want your business to grow, you need to let go. And there was no rhyme intended, but I like how that works. If you want your business to grow, you need to let go of micromanaging everything. And yes, avoid abdicating. Okay, you're my sales rep. You do everything with sales. Okay, where are the sales? Avoid abdicating responsibility. Check in, be on people, work with people, lead them, connect with them, stay in touch with your people that work with you, the outsource. Although, be okay letting go of certain things that either aren't priority, that don't work, that don't really have to get done, and let go of, let's say, like you said, bookkeeping or accounting or graphics design or flyers or whatever. Avoid doing this stuff yourself, guys. I know there's that limiting belief that I got to do it on my own, or I can't afford it. Trust me, from 2 experienced business owners, you can't afford not to outsource. You can't afford to do it all yourself. Go
So
ahead.
my tip for people that struggle with that, because I come across, I would say
Yeah.
80% of the people that I come across really struggle with that, right? My tip for that A type, really kind of like, I need to micromanage everything, is
Mine.
yes,
And you
keep
and I
a
were there, so no judgment, guys.
yeah,
Carolina
yeah,
and I were
we've all
there.
been there, like, recovering here, hopefully recovering on some days. But the way that the tip that I give them is, keep a log of your time for a week, just 1 week, 2 if you want, but minimum a week. See how much time you actually spend on these things that you say are small, or it doesn't take too long, or whatever that is. And when I'm saying keep a log, it doesn't, it could be like 9 to 9:30 checked email, 10:30, 9:30 to 10:30 discovery call, like very point form, right? Look back on that, and then you'll realize how much time you're actually spending.
Yeah.
And then figure out, well, if I could be using that to say to do what I'm really passionate about in my business, whether it's sales, whether it's be one-on-one time with your clients, whether it's brainstorming new ideas, whatever that looks like, that's what you're taking away from when you're doing those small things.
Yeah.
And if,
Yeah.
let's say, you bill yourself out at $200 an hour, right? And your email, you're bombarded by email and it's taking you 10 hours a week, right? How much has checking your email cost you, right? Versus having someone maybe have what we call, not a template, but a script that they follow that says, okay, if it's this, then we set it as a priority box. And then you're cutting down your email time to maybe 2.5, 3 hours a week,
Yeah.
right? You've already made up the cost of getting that help, and you're doing what you want to do.
Exactly. So the whole "I can't afford it" goes out the window, right? Or "that's too expensive. I don't want to pay someone." It goes out the window because you're right. You're actually making more money
Yeah.
and having more free time. So more money and more free time by doing this. So this is what I want really to get around. And sometimes it's hard to get our heads around it. We need the tools, and that's why I'm here.
And
That's why.
seeing it in front of you, like getting
Yeah.
the evidence that you yourself have created, then, if you choose not to listen, well, then you have a bigger problem that I think James might be able to help you with that.
Yeah,
I
right,
can't.
exactly, right on, exactly. It's like, okay, well, let's work the mindset, the beliefs, and the inability to let go. Because when you let go, oh my goodness, you start loving business. I get up and I have fun with my business. I really don't do much anymore that I don't like, very little, and then very soon it's going to be almost nothing that I don't like. Now, inevitably, obviously, as entrepreneurs, once in a while or once a week or whatever, we're gonna have to do a little bit of stuff we don't like, sure. Although you can get it down to almost nil by outsourcing and having amazing people who are better at it than we are do it for you. So your work is better. Your clients respect you more because you're even more of an expert. You're doing only what you love. You're spending more time with other people, or traveling, or relaxing, or working out, or gardening, or whatever you like to do, walking, and you have more time to spend with people you love, more time to network. And like you said, whether you're billing yourself out at $100 or $200 or $300 or $400 an hour, and if you're not, let's have a talk about the worth as well, because you will deserve it, and you need to bill yourself out at a good amount, because it's your business making that, and then you need to pay yourself from that. So you need to bill yourself out at a high rate to actually be able to pay yourself something, because the business, of course, needs to be paid as well as you. But I agree. So anyone, if you're struggling with this, guys, I'd be happy to chat. James at unleashyourpower.com, or just www.unleashyourpower.com. Feel free, again, if the struggle on the mindset side of things, or the letting go, or being able to outsource or trust people. Carolina and I have tons of resources to help with saving time, saving energy, saving money, because again, I really feel that you can save a lot of money by outsourcing things as well.
Well, and stress, let's even take the money out of it. What is your stress worth in your life? What is peace worth? I tell clients all the time, I help people have peace, time, and profits, because you really can't put a price on peace at the end of the day.
No. And exactly. And your health, your life, you burn yourself out, then you then you can't work. So you're actually making less. So again, the burning yourself out because you can't afford to hire someone, perhaps. You burn yourself out, you can't work for a week or 2 or 3, or you're useless or half useful for a few weeks or a month or two. That's, again, you're losing money. And I guess the last thing I'll leave you with, guys, is to really look at this. And I'll teach you, and there's another video on my YouTube channel called the Covey Quadrants, and prioritizing things after you do the dump, the brain dump. Prioritize into what's important and urgent, what's important and non-urgent, what's not urgent and not important, and what's urgent and not important. And avoid doing those last two. Just do urgent and important, get it done, and preferably important and not urgent. And the other ones, classify them and rank them in each section. I teach you how to do that in a different video. But check out the YouTube videos on that, and classify, prioritize what's actually important, because I think that'll make a big difference for you as well.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts in the next 25 seconds we have left here, Lena? Any thoughts?
No, if anyone wants to find out more, you can check me out at bizinorder.com. I offer a free half-hour consultation to get you get some tools in place, get some automation for your business, and really start to benefit from what that order can bring into your life.
bizinorder.com.